Hello. How you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggling, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. He don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure. Oh, girl. Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Dazzle That Tarot, and I'm back for another Tarot in Chat. Okay, so please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a private reading, all you have to do is go into the description box. All right, let's get into it. So today was a weird day. Like I woke up at 5. I have to be at work at 8, but I woke up at 5. And then I decided to roll over. Then I woke up at 7. So that was wild. So I ended up being like an hour late because I had to basically fight against traffic. And the traffic was so heavy because it was two car accidents that happened. So it backed up traffic real bad. But I ended up going to work and stuff like that. The work was easy. I had some extra work this and the third, but I ended up finishing up and came home and I was just ready. Girl, I've been really locked into the whole Diddy trial, okay? I've been locked in. I've been listening to, and I've been, first of all, you have legacy media and then you have new media, right? Legacy media is like, your news stations, your professional journalists and things like that. And new media is like the content creators and stuff like that. So I like legacy media, but legacy media don't tell you everything. New media do. New media give you all the tea, right? They messy. So I've been listening to both, but I love me some new media. And mind you, new media are guys and girls who didn't go to journalism school, whatever. So I've been locked in, right? So they have this second Jane Doe, right? And they're really serious about her identity not being revealed. But however, some key things that let you know who she is, right? So I told y'all in my last live, and I did a reading on if she was who I thought she was, and she is, right? So, but because the government is basically cracking down and they're not playing with content creators, they don't want her identity revealed. We're just gonna leave it at that, right? But today, first of all, the title is Get Up on Your Job at the All-Star Freak Off, okay? For them. Now, this Jane Doe, this time around, the new Jane Doe, she was, like I said, Diddy's girlfriend. Hey, Tweety. Diddy's girlfriend, she thought. And basically, like I said yesterday, she was originally a friend to someone who was dating Diddy, and she on the back end got his number. He approached her, they exchanged numbers and stuff. Her friend ended up shortly after that moving out of country and marrying somebody. So she felt like it was a free road. Now, this whole thing got me feeling the way, y'all. Like it is like some learning lessons in it. Okay. What I'm getting from this whole thing is all about what would you do for money and status. Oh yeah, I know who it is. For me, allegedly, and I did like a little mini reading on it yesterday. Mind you, I put that video as unlisted because, girl, I don't want to get in trouble. You know, prosecutors and the judge out here trying to hunt down YouTubers who's telling stuff, right? So you can see on the picture, on the thumbnail, that third female, that's who I think it is, girl. So, based on tarot. Okay, so she beautiful, it's crazy, yes, it is. And here's my thing, like, I have to really think about, and I'm a little hesitant to say it, but I gotta be real. We're gonna have one of those real moments when it comes to them. And basically, one part is that you want the status of being with a high valued billionaire, millionaire, powerful man, right? And you're willing to take the fact that he messes around with other women and all types of stuff, even if he may hit you, because you want that status and you want to live comfortably and you want to live that rich lifestyle. And it's scary what you would do for that lifestyle. That's for one. For two, I have to think about the the value of self. It's almost like, first of all, it's not almost like, what it is like is that he was a karmic to all females that was involved with him, right? Because it's supposed to teach you something. You're supposed to go through these things, right? And it's to make you face your trauma and things like that, right? So you can resolve that. And to think that they went so far as to degrade themselves and kept doing it, right? And said it was because they wanted to make him happy. But in the same token, it talks about how you value yourself. You value this man because he has status and money and fame more than you value your own body biologically. As in, like, these girls is getting UTIs and yeast infections and things, and every week. Cassie even got it to the point that it was antibiotic resistant. That's how many times she had UTIs and stuff, right? And then the other girl, Jane Doe 2, it's like you're getting them back to back, and it's like you're going to risk your health just to say that you're with this type of man. So that's one thing. And then the other thing with the Jane Doe too, and we have to be careful about as well, is that you came in, right? And Armand Wiggins said it best. You low key coveted your homegirl's boyfriend, who, the guy she was talking to. Why? Because it's P. Diddy, right? So you didn't mind swiping, exchanging numbers behind her back and having code names like Bert and Ernie, right? Is that. Then when your homegirl move on to another man, the crazy part is you felt like, okay, well, your position jumped up. Now you can come to the table. He take you out on an elaborate date. And mind you, their date is like, not like, it is an extended vacation. He took her to a church in Caicos. What is it? Church in Caicos? Barbados for weeks, whatever. For like what? 9 days or so. And he immediately had sex with you. And that made me think, like, it's a red flag when a man immediately wants to have, even if he take you out of town, he fly you out, this, that, and the third, immediately he wants to have sex with you. And they were having sex. And in her head, they were getting to know each other, but in reality, he just wanted her body, right? And then he introduced her to certain drugs that he liked to take with the sex. And then he started talking about the hotel stays, with the other men, the entertainers who were really prostitutes. And basically, she found herself being put into a situation where she has become a freak of the week. He slutted her out. And the whole time she was only doing it because she said she was only doing it because she wanted to make him happy and that was her man, right? So in her head, that's her man. That's what she thinks, right? He didn't gave her a what is it called? An allowance, right? But the whole allowance is being spent on the house that she's renting. So he is paying her rent, right? So you didn't let this man have a lot of power over you, right? That's for one. And then you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to be with him. This is my man. I want to please my man. We're going to be together, this, that, and the third. And I'm going to eventually be Mrs. Combs. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have that spot. But the way he thought about you, he just wanted you to be a sex bot. He wanted you to be a play toy that he'll let, a blow up doll. Okay? So he can do all his fantasies on. So he never respected her. He never took her seriously. She was never going to be his girlfriend, right? And my thought is, to me, how many females actually go through that? Because this story don't sound unfamiliar to me. The stuff that she went through just to be close to him and just want to be with him, and doing stuff just for him. How many girls in the hood had allowed people to run a train on them based on how the guy felt? You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be chilling with this guy. You really like this guy. You really want to impress this guy. You want this guy to be yours. Y'all cool and hard, and then one day you go over his house and there's some dudes around, some of his friends. Y'all get drunk as hell, whatever the case may be, and then he want to have sex with you, but he also want to pass you to his friends. How many girls end up doing that just to make the guy happy? And then it go from that to it's constantly happening, right? It's sad. And I wouldn't say it's all P. Diddy's fault. It's about self love and boundaries. And for these females, even Carisha, money, status, messing with a famous person, having the whole lifestyle experience and everything else like that, trumped their boundaries and their self respect. It was something there. So to me, I feel like none of these. I really do feel like even when they started saying no, you've already let him know that you would do it. Okay. Oh, I wonder who's talking out back. Yeah, somebody talking on my back. I don't know. But look, you've already let him know that you would do it. You already allowed the floodgates to, open up. So I know a lot of people are looking at people as victims, but in a way, was it really P. Diddy, or was it something within you that allowed yourself to do a lot of stuff like that? Right? And she even said that, when she had told him she don't want to do it anymore, he would say stuff like, "Oh, so you don't want to be with me anymore? And if you don't want to be with me no more, then I'm not paying rent for somebody who I'm not dealing with." So he would immediately like say stuff like that, and then to her it'll be, well, damn. If he stopped paying my rent, I can't afford my lifestyle. This is my place to stay. And it's not that I don't want to be with him. I just don't want to do the freak offs no more. And then whole time he started getting entertainers, quote unquote entertainers, who are actually sex workers to run trains on her. So it'll be one person she done spent hours messing with, and then as soon as that was done, then it's another person who come in. And so basically at some point on her birthday, he wanted her to have an all-star freak off. That means a whole bunch of men coming in the door back to back to back, right? He was literally slutting this lady out, right? And when she was saying that, because after a while, when you keep doing stuff, your cool get tender and you can't do anything no more. And she was like, I can't. And basically, he was like, get on your job. So, really, the truth is, he only messed with her and only wanted to be with her. For her, it wasn't even to be with her. It's an agreement, an arrangement. That was her job. While she thinking that they gonna be together and they're together, he's telling her, "This is your job. I'm paying your rent." You know what I'm saying? How do females even? I know exactly how they do, but it makes me wonder, why do we get into situations, and this is the real tea, and the red flags are already there. The fact that he immediately had sex with you, the fact that, okay, I gotta agree with Armand Wiggins with that. You used your hoe to talk to this man behind your friend's back. And then you used your hoe to entice this man. But then when it becomes too freaky, you don't want to do it no more. I think that's what happened, right? It became too much, overwhelming. She don't want to keep having sex with all these men. Way too many bodies. But he wanted her to be ran through. Okay? Even though she looked beautiful, he wanted her to be ran through. With Cassie, he claimed, but through his claiming, he was beating on her and making her do, I mean, not making her, getting her to do free calls. With Young Miami, I don't think he beat on her at all. But Young Miami was with some stuff, and a lot of it was publicity. Okay? But it make me question some stuff, like, and it makes you rethink how females, accept things just to please, right? And then they bargain things, or like, they make a choice to still deal because it's benefiting in some type of way. Crazy. But that's what I wanted to say, right? That's some crazy ass shit. I listened to everything that happened in court today. I'm like, that was crazy. But today we're going to be talking about Elon Musk and Donald Trump, child. We're going to get into that tea, okay? Ooh, my wine is spilled. Oh my God. That means it's going to be tea, y'all. It's going to be tea. So, apparently, Elon Musk then got the boot, right? And since he got the boot, he was feeling saucy, baby. He been sitting there spilling tea on Donald Trump. He let y'all know that the reason why Epstein list didn't come out is because Donald Trump was on the list. Yeah. And he was saying a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, he ain't fit to be president or nothing. So, I'm going to get some true feelings first. And then we can do some tarot about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Let's ask how Elon Musk, what is his true feelings towards Donald Trump? What's going on? Child, what is his true feelings towards Donald Trump? Because the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Okay, so let's see. What is Elon Musk's true feelings towards Donald Trump? 1, 2, 3. Sweet talk. Sweet talk. Hey, boo, my bad. I'm late. I'm going to stay in the comments tonight. Okay, baby. Goodbye. And true colors. Oh, no. Love child. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all right now. Elon Musk, when it first started with the campaigns and stuff, the whole time, remember I don't know if I told y'all this, but I've been saying this a lot. When Donald Trump was campaigning this time around, it was a lot of bots, okay? Like, yeah, Elon Musk was the tech guy with the bots and stuff like that. Because even on the Shade Room, and it was so crazy that anytime the Shade Room would say anything about Donald Trump, you would get a lot of white people commenting, and you're like, white people don't even. All these white people are not commenting on the Shade Room. The Shade Room is a black site. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird. That let you know it was a lot of bots that was being used to sway public opinion about Donald Trump and stuff like that. Donald Trump was sweet talking Elon Musk, okay? He was telling Elon Musk everything he wanted to hear. Oh, we can go in business together. Let's make these deals. You want this law passed? We can do that. We can do this. All you gotta do is help me, and I'm gonna help you. Scratch my back, and I'm gonna scratch your back. And then the sweet talk, that was all sweet talk, and then he got the boot, the goodbye. They put him. he feel like, damn. He's just looking out the window, thinking about how things used to be. They done gave him the boot, and he like, damn, why y'all do me like that? And the true colors of the true colors of Donald Trump end up showing. That means that these people, however they presented themselves to Elon Musk, they were lying. If they were smiling in his face, telling him, man, you're great and I like you and this, that, and the third, whole time they did not like him. They were using him to help. Love child. Elon Musk thought that, he had a project, right? Or he had a vision, or he wanted to do something. He really thought that, and he really wanted to do it. So he really thought that Donald Trump would really look out and do it, right? So I don't know whether it's a bill. I don't know what it is, but because I haven't been really paying attention, but it has something to do with that. Donald Trump promised to help him with his love child, which is the business, okay? His business, Tesla, the smart cars, the electric cars, and stuff like that, right? So it was some type of bill or whatever legislation that he could have passed that actually benefited him. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen. So let's see. How does Donald Trump really feel about Elon Musk? Let's get into the tang. How does Donald Trump? You said you believe it. Yeah, I believe it too. I'm like, damn. How does Donald Trump really feel about Elon Musk? 1, 2, 3. Bad news. Divine masculine. And goodbye, yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you this though. I feel like he is connected to another man. Okay. Donald Trump is connected to another guy, right? And in order to benefit from this other individual, he had to break it to Elon Musk because he's more focused on another individual who's going to help in his regime in some type of way. And so he just had to give him the boot. It's not really about I like you or I dislike you. I got a more beneficial decision. It's something more beneficial going on. So there's another man that he finds more beneficial than Elon Musk. And it was just time to let him go. He don't feel no type of way. But I think the way he did it, he ain't do it the right way. He know he could have closed that chapter nicely. You know what I'm saying? But no, he didn't. It was a whim. You know, he got the news messed up. So since we know that, let's ask this. So for Elon, it's more emotional. Like, damn, why y'all do me like that? Y'all ain't really fuck with me no way. But for Donald Trump, it's business. And there was someone else who was more beneficial than you. Okay? So let's just straight up ask this question and we can roll in a little bit. Look, is Elon telling the truth about Donald Trump being on the Epstein list? Is Donald Trump actually on the Epstein list? Was he telling the truth? The moon card is right here, though. The moon talks about deception, but it talks about hidden shit, secrets. Okay, so was Elon Musk telling the truth? 1, 2, 3. The Ten of Swords, the Hierophant reverse, and the Six of Swords. Okay, so this is about drama, inappropriateness, and drama. The Ten of Swords talks about complete endings. It's done. Okay, the ties are severed, and because of that, I want to expose, and I can look at it with the Hierophant in the reverse. It can be either I'm being inappropriate by saying what I'm saying on the internet, or he was being inappropriate. But with the Six of Swords in the reverse, it's all about drama. You know, and basically putting out vicious stuff on the internet. The Five of Swords in the reverse is an internet card. You know who's doing that shit to you on the internet, right? Honestly, I think he just put that out there because I don't believe that is what it actually is, right? I do believe that he knew Epstein. I do believe those things, but I don't think that it's as deep as people think it is. But also, Elon was just doing that to get his worms, okay? So whatever he think is conspiratorial, whatever he think will get the people who are on the internet, on a bullshit, feeling the way he's going to do. He's going to be slandering and talking shits about Trump for a while, you know? And the internet, because he is tech, on the internet he succeeds. So that's what's going to happen. That's how he's going to attack you, publicly, cyberly. So did he really do that? I don't think he did. And if he did, if he was on Epstein's island, okay, if he got an invitation, he could still be on the list. But how do we know? Like, almost like that. Like, whatever. Like, I don't think, no. It's not as serious as we think it is. But he's going to push it as serious, right? But yeah, that's what I wanted to ask y'all. But I don't know, y'all. But I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead on and lay it down because I got to be at work at 7 a.m. But I did want to come on here and talk my mess and give y'all a little 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'm going to leave it there then, okay? So I love y'all for real. Peace, peace, peace.